coding, I want to give you a basic overview of this coding platform and how to work on these puzzles. I'm just going to go through some of the basic features on this page that I think are going to be helpful. Let's talk about how we switch in between levels. There's many different ways to do this, including the chapter book in the top left corner. If I selected this chapter book, you would see any levels that you've already completed with the green check mark, and any levels that still need to be worked on that do not have a green check mark. All of these levels are completely unlocked. I could go all the way down to the bottom and work on the hardest chapter and the hardest levels if I wanted to. I would not suggest that right off the bat though. I also can go to different levels by moving backwards or forwards. I can also change levels by tapping on the name of the level that I'm currently on, and I can see all the levels that are available to me. As you complete levels, messages will pop up, and they will also ask you if you'd like to go to the next level. Another thing you'll always see on every level is a goal with some basic directions. There sometimes are even hints hidden inside of here. I would recommend you read this before you complete the level every time. In this big blank area, this is where I'm going to enter all of my code that I want my character to follow directions of. So if I needed to enter code, I would tap in this area and it would bring up my keyboard. If everything is working correctly, you should notice that there are commands in your keyboard that I can touch and they will appear on my coding area. If you do not see these on the top of your keyboard, please ask one of your teachers for help. A couple other things I recommend is coming up to the volume and turning your audio off. It's not like the audio is bad by any means, it can just be a little distracting in class. This world can be moved by dragging your finger around it. I can also zoom in and zoom out using a pinch. This little icon is important. If you tap it, it would allow me to see how my character is reading and completing my code. It's always by default going to be run my code. If we wanted to slow things down, we could do step through my code or step slowly. If we needed to speed things up, we could do run faster or run fastest. I would avoid run fastest. It's really hard to keep up with what's going on and what code is being performed. When I'm ready to test and run my code, I can go ahead and hit run my code, and you'll see that my character is going to follow the directions or the commands that I have laid out on the left-hand side. Last but not least, we do have a hint button at the bottom. These hints are tailored to what you are working on and what you have written down so far. So keep coming back here because your hints will change as you code and work farther into the level.